Okay. Hello, Bronies, Pegasisters, and people that are just interested in exactly what it is that we do. I have been asked a couple times, like, why do you say that? Exactly what we do. I don't want to exclude people that aren't Bronies that want to know what we do, so that's why. That's my intro.
I gotta point this out. Vinyl Derpy.
But today we have with us Evan Bernardi, and why don't you go ahead and say hello?
How you guys doing?
I'm sure some of them are saying good and some of them are saying crappy. No, I'm just kidding.
Alright, why don't you go ahead and start out with the questions?
Alright. First question is, what is probably the hardest part about making films for you?
Hardest part about making films? Well, in general, when it comes to making movies, the first thing that you usually have is strapping up for an idea. Like, when I did Snow on Mount Silver, that wasn't original. No, I didn't write the story, but
It was very well made, though.
It was. I mean, like, how I started that thing was actually a weird story. I'm in, like, this public speaking class. I'm reading it, and I thought it was about something else. Like, this guy stopped playing, and then he came back years later, and he found his Pokemon, like, all destroyed and disgusting, but then I took a depth into it, and, like, nice. Next thing you know, I just started writing the script, and boom. Just started from there.
Yeah, sorry.
This goes on, like, one of the hardest aspects of filmmaking is, like, getting the crew together. Like, in this production, I was only working with one other guy. A talented guy named, Matt Johnson, I believe his name was. Oh, Judson. He's watching him down, trying to make him. Anyway, like, yeah, he was the first guy to volunteer. I had another guy, he quit on me. You don't want to mention names on that. As for the crew, for the cast, Alex Blackwell, I made another film on the internet for a project that I directed. It was called I Am Nerd. He volunteered, so yeah, pretty much that was pretty much one of the easiest things to get done. But his girlfriend was going to play the leading lady, but she turned us down, so we had to do all this casting, and it was easy. Thus comes one of the hardest parts of the process, and that's choosing which one to do. Like, I had a whole list of people who wanted to play the leading female. You have to do that when you make films. So that way, in case, one cancels out, the other one's in line. Basically, so on and so on. I went through, like, 3 different Angies. So I got this girl at Cocoa Beach, who I'm glad took the time to come down and do it.
Nice.
Then came the production part, which was one of the hardest things, because you have to schedule around time. Some people have school, work. And, I go to, like, a 24/6 school, so I guess that would say, yeah, my point exactly. And, there was that. I mean, some of the guys, the camera guy was a student like me at the same school, but he was like a 1 class a weekish thing. Used to take 2 back then. They last like 4 hours plus a 4-hour lab. Filmmaking's complex, that's what I know.
Yeah,
But then when it comes to on the film set, this is the hardest part ever. Making sure things are on time. Like whether it's the actors arriving on time at the right point, or they get delayed in traffic, that and getting each shot done on time. Like, when you make one, you have to make like a shot list of each camera angle you want to do. And basically, once you do that, you basically, you have to like schedule out how long you want to do the shot. And it never goes on time. You usually have to rush through it. But it's really pretty much like that. And then comes the hardest part of the film that I think is pretty much going to make you pull your freaking hair out. Editing the film.
Oh.
It's fun to do that. I have no problem with editing the film. Just the problem is the lagging. Oh, how I hate the lagging.
And possibly getting sound and video in sync, right?
Well, it's not. It depends on how laggy it is on that one, but since it records both sound and video, it's just sound effects at the right moment and everything. Like in Snow on Mount Silver, the whole scene where she's playing the game. There's, I don't know if you ever heard this term. You ever heard of color correction?
I think so.
It's like where you like edit the colors of the surrounding thing and you like make it look detailed.
Yeah.
Quality. That whole scene is not color corrected because it was. It was like the day. It was like 2 days before it was supposed to come out. I'm like, no, this isn't going to happen. So, I'm like, who's going to tell the difference? And pretty much, I didn't even look too much into it because there was this huge continuity error with the actress's ponytail. And notice it shifts sides all the time. It's like if you look at it carefully. Jeez. And then came the uploading time.
How long did that take?
This was an interesting story. It was October 30th, day before it came out. I'm getting outside my school library because my house didn't have lost its wireless. At first, I put the whole thing together. 30 minutes. It took an hour to export out of there and finalize. I put it on YouTube, and this isn't how I'm not. When it was uploading, not processing, uploading, it took 5 hours to upload.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you know the worst part was they were giving out free Doritos Locos Tacos at the Taco Bell down the street, and I had to sit outside the library waiting for this thing to upload.
Oh, jeez.
So basically, the hardest part of doing film is basically, it depends on how pretty much the crew is with everything and how devoted you are to the project, really.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's a really good experience that you can enjoy either way.
You don't need the flashlight. They can see us perfectly. They can see you just fine. So you can see him, can't you?
What? Static?
Yeah. He's afraid that nobody can see us.
Right. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Indigo, how's the lack of sleep treating you since the movie?
It's been better. I've been getting more sleep. Yeah, I have to point out, Evan is the director of Snow on Mount Silver Creepypasta Pokemon. And that prevented me from sleep for a couple days. Yeah, it's. I think if you've made it such someone can't sleep, you've achieved your goal of what you wanted for the movie.
I've gotten pretty much. I mean, all the sprites that were in there. I don't know if I told you guys this. I had when I was developing the game portion with the guy who was doing the effects. I was doing the editing. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. This isn't going to be scary. I need a new approach here. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, here's my plan. I'm going to redo all the sprites. Because if you go on the Creepypasta page, you ever been on the wiki where the story is posted?
Sadly, yes.
All those sprites at the bottom were all made by me.
Oh, wow.
So I thought to myself, as well as the Celebi, of course. The Celebi is pretty much the only one that wasn't changed, but
Yeah,
I just wanted to
face.
redo everything because they saw the sprites, they know what's gonna happen, so boom, and that's pretty much how I got more shivers in there.
Well, no, did you make the Pikachu or did someone else?
What, the one that was used in the movie or the original one?
The demonic, the one that I don't want to see anymore.
That's flashing.
Yeah.
No, that was made by the way I got that picture that was interesting, I held a contest of who can make the best version of the cold Pikachu. And that person submitted the entry. I clicked the link. Holy shit!
Yeah.
That was the reaction. That was literally my point-blank reaction right there.
Well, because it just pops up and you see that huge smile and everything.
Exactly. So I'm like, yeah, you pretty much won this contest here. The whole thing of bringing it to life even was actually something I couldn't believe I did at the last minute. Because I was experimenting with After Effects at the time, and the whole thing with the mouth movements has been something. It was something I was experimenting with. It was I didn't even know I could do it, but it turned out really well.
It did. That turned out really good. It was.
One more thing I actually have to point out about Evan is that he is currently working on a project called The Farmer and the Rocker. And one of our questions... Do you want me to just go ahead and ask it?
No.
Okay, Static will ask this one.
I'm trying to hog all the questions. Sorry. Yeah. Did you write the Farmer and the Rocker?
Actually, yeah, I did from start to finish. I can't remember. I was at this party. I don't know what drug I was on. I just woke up one day. The laptop was next to me. I was writing something. No, that's not how it happened. I'm not a drug addict. I'm not that type of person. I just live off the regular stuff that are going to make me a lazy bum. But it is start to finish made by me.
Nice.
How I got the idea was like crazy. I was in my room one night and I heard Rainbow Factory for the first time, which was kind of an inspiration. Wondering how the song would be covered in a metal type or rock cover, and someone already did. I don't know if you ever heard the cover, the rock cover of that song.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And frankly, I think I was listening to it on my phone, and I thought, "Holy shit, man!" Honestly, I heard the song. I think I read the fan fiction first, and then I heard the song. So I'm thinking to myself, "This is just amazing stuff, really." And as you know, there are lots of musicians out there, really much.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I'm driving in my car. I have the song downloaded on there after 3 days of thinking about it. I'm really picky with my songs. I mean, I was driving down there, and I'm listening to my iPod and my headphones and everything. Driving down Orlando, and basically I'm thinking to myself, someone could... I'm looking at the show. They have all these parodies in there. They got the Pony of Pop, what was her face? I forget who it was. You know what I'm talking about, the person that came into Rarity Shop that one episode. With the Diamond Dogs.
Yeah. Oh, great. Yeah, the one that has the
Sapphire
accent.
Shores, I think it was. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, her.
Yeah, Sapphire Shores, yeah.
Sapphire Shores.
So yeah, you got that. So basically they got pop music there. They got dubstep, obviously with vinyl scratch, and they got country, regular stuff. I'm thinking to myself, where the frig is all the rock? Where the frig's all the rock? The exception of the Cutie Mark Crusaders theme song, even though it kind of looked more ICP. But still, I don't listen to the music, but
I like you sing Clone Posse.
I disagree. Anyway, I'm listening to my radio. I think I have this playlist on there with all my favorites. I'm into Sabbath, Guns N' Roses, Ozzy Osbourne, all kinds of old crap stuff. So I'm listening to them. I'm thinking to myself, wonder what they have. I'm thinking to myself of how I could parody the music into this group. So I thought they have parodies of everything in there. Why not make a parody rock band that just performs the songs we love today in a different form? So thus I got the concept down, and as for the members, that was pretty much a huge inspiration there for parodies as well. You look at all the characters, like you mentioned in that one show you did with where you guys premiered Snow and showed the prologue trailer.
Oh yeah.
You mentioned me saying all the characters are original and parody. And they are pretty much... I wanted to take all the greatest performers out there for each character. Thrash was a parody of, he is a parody of, Steven Tyler and Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses and Aerosmith. At first I was actually going to give him, a red head bandana, but I'm nah, I'm not going to make him that much of an a-hole, honestly. Because, I don't know if you ever saw the video of the, Rocket Queen Riot from that one Guns N' Roses concert that proved that Axl Rose was a complete dick, so, yeah.
I don't think so.
He dives off the stage and tackles an opponent with a camera.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God.
Exactly. I also gave him the thing of Michael Jackson with the moves on the stage, doing stunt work, in a way. Then all the other characters, Shredder, do I really even need to tell you who he's parodying on Shredder, honestly. So yeah, he's obviously the parody of the pony version of Slash, you'd say.
Yeah.
And of course you got Snap. He's a tribute to Bill Ward, as well as Ringo Starr, based on the outfit he wears and the fact that his last name is Ward spelled backwards. And yeah, basically Whiplash is a White Stripe parody. That, and I wanted at least one female in the band. I don't know why. I just felt like it would be fair. I mean, like, you want a rhythm guitarist, you want something you've never seen before.
Well, All That Remains has a female guitarist.
All That Remains. I don't know if I've ever heard them before I heard of them, though. No, but I haven't heard any of their music.
They're a very good.
Oh, sorry.
They're a very good metalcore band.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, really? I might have seen shirts at Hot Topic for them. It was like amazing. But
I mean,
anyway, like, what else do I got here? Rush is obviously a parody of Geddy Lee. I mean, you've heard Rush's music, right?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Geddy Lee being the lead
Oh wait,
bassist.
Rush. I know the game.
Geddy Lee was the lead bassist. Emphasis on how he got the look and the last name and the position and the name.
Yeah,
So yeah, pretty much enough said there.
I
And
know
of course,
I know the game Rush.
I don't even know what game that is.
It's a racing game that me and my brother used to play a long time ago.
Yeah.
Sounds arcade. It really does.
N64, yeah.
Yep. But I sadly don't know the band. I've seen their albums.
They're really good. I mean, like, the big thing about Geddy Lee sing things, I recommend listening to the song Spirit of Radio, which was the song that got me into it. It's Geddy Lee's high-toned voice in the thing is just amazing. And his work is phenomenal.
I actually have to point this out. We need more industrial bands or industrial music in the Brony community, like Aesthetic Perfection Industrial or something.
I can't disagree with that. I mean, like, I recently admitted that I was a big fan of house music, such as, I got, like, Skrillex. I'm kind of a fan of Skrillex, Daft Punk. I'm a real big fan of Deadmau5.
Well, actually, that's dubstep. Industrial is, like, pretty much the metal of all that.
I know. I got a friend of mine named Sean who is actually, who's told me a lot about the different metal standards, and, he's done all kinds of stuff. He's like in the same school as me doing metal. He's learning how to become a good guitarist or get in the music industry.
Nice. I'm trying to learn how to sing screamo, so.
I don't see it. No, I'm just. But yeah, I mean, like, it's a good thing to learn, really. I mean, like, did I show you the video I posted of that screamo band I went to last time? A couple weeks ago?
Don't think so. What band?
I showed it to Static, I know that. And, it was Murderfly.
Never heard of them.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, you can I'll just send you the video after the whole thing. They're pretty good.
Yeah,
Seen-
that's right. I remember
And
that.
And of course, there's the last member of this band that I've been getting a lot of questions on of how I constructed him, and that would be their pianist Slide. At first, I kind of made him a parody of Billy Joel. You've probably heard of him, obviously. One of the biggest, but then I'm thinking to myself, I wanted something different. So I was thinking about him having the French accent and everything, which I really, yeah, you pretty much can tell that's my voice. So, like, if you listen to the recording of me doing Slide's voice, I'm like, okay, I'm not looking forward to this. Because, the French accent is difficult to do. But anyway, like, I wanted to give him a Beethoven parody, because if you think about it, back then, he probably was a huge celebrity-ish rock star-ish. Well, he didn't do rock, but, it's like, back then he would be considered.
Well, it was their version of rock back then. It was.
In a way, yes.
So I would not have been able to survive back then.
I can tell, but yeah, as for the story in general, I was thinking to myself one day, how I can't sing for shit, so like, unless I'm listening to music, I might be able to have that whole high tone-ish thing if I was auto-tuned, but yeah. Anyway, I'm like thinking to myself, what can I use this idea for? I can't waste this idea. And I was actually thinking about this during the production of Mount Silver. During that, before we even started filming, I was speaking to Rob Cakrin, and after listening to My Little Dashie, and obviously, yeah, pretty much the result. Oh, come on, look at me in the face and tell me you didn't cry the first time you heard that.
I cry every time I read or listen to it.
Yeah, I was telling him, I told him I was interested in making a movie based on that book, and he he said he didn't mind, so I kind of got some rights to that story. But then I thought to myself, I'm like, it's near my graduation, I can't fit all this shit in here. Like, I might say it though. I have like a podcast, like a playlist on my iPod that I would use music for if I did do this thing. It's like amazing. Now, so then I thought to myself, how can I use this? Because I really wanted to do a tribute to the Brony side of my mind, and thus I thought about this fan fiction idea. And I wanted it to. I didn't want to do a clopper film or anything like that, or something. I wanted to do something original-minded, and amazing, something that you barely see anything these days. So I thought, I wanted some romance in there. It was great at the time. I don't remember what I was thinking that led me to it, but yeah. It might have been the stories that have been like... You've seen Mick the Microphone read dramatic fan fiction on his page, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much that was one of the inspirations.
I mean,
And,
mostly what I listen to him read is Milo Dashi, but
Then I was already listening to one of the guys who's also on the crew. New guy 09100. Before you ask, yes, over 9,000. We get it. Me and my friends pointed that out in the last live broadcast we did, and he was doing had a series going on with spin-offs of the Dashi series, and he does them really good. And so, I was saying to myself, okay, maybe I can make this fan fiction. And the character, how I got to Applejack was just, she's barely used. I mean, she went through a whole process. Because if you look at everything, it's just usually involves Rainbow Dash, or, I don't know what else. Usually it's Twilight or Rainbow Dash most of the time. But then again, you never see anything with Applejack usually, so pretty much that's how I got Applejack into this. I was going to use Rarity at one point, but I'm thinking to myself, yeah, that's pretty much... Yeah, I'm not trying to be some sort of weird stereotype at this point. If you think about it, Rarity is technically the stereotype type of the show, with the girl being into fashion, that stuff, not wanting to get filthy.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, when I started writing it, I was in my bed at the time. I was up late, and I just started writing this idea. I didn't even start the first chapter. I wrote the last one because I wanted to get a result out there that would kind of lead up to it. It's going to change, obviously, but pretty much I started writing that, and I wasn't going to premiere it until January 19th, but I was down at my parents' house. I was doing nothing. I'm like, boom, there you go. And it's still working on the responses. I'm looking into it. And as for the audio read, I wanted to try a new skill with voice acting and being able to communicate with others around the planet to contribute. And it's been working out really well in the end. But to answer the question simply, yeah, the whole thing was handwritten by me, start to finish, really.
Well, that's cool.
Very cool.
All right. What would you say your favorite part is of making a film?
My favorite part of making the film? What, a regular film that I made in general, or pretty much anything specific? Or
Just anything, the part that you find most fun.
What I enjoy doing, there's nothing I don't hate about it, honestly. I mean, I enjoy just taking an idea, bringing it to life for people to watch. It's just amazing.
Well, who wouldn't enjoy doing that?
Pardon?
Who wouldn't enjoy doing that?
Exactly. I mean, you got, like I said before, with the fan fiction, that kind of stuff is a way to put it that way. But, yeah, one of my big things there, but if I were to choose anything in the filmmaking industry, it would either be a choice during the production or when you meet new people. Because, when you meet new people these days, these people can be helping you out with other things. Like I mentioned before, the guy who played Blake, Alex Blackwell, in Snow on Mount Silver, I met him on a school set that I was directing for a video called I Am Nerd, and I loved his acting. It was fantastic. He had a good skill set, and he was the first guy to come to me saying, saying like, I forget what happened. I posted something on Facebook saying I got one film to work on, one to write, and one that I'm working on outside of school that I want to perfect. Still looking for help for. I get an email from him. If you're looking for if you're doing outside work, I can help you out in any ways possible. I'm like thinking to myself, the first response back, you are the greatest person I have ever met on this whole planet alone. And pretty much, yeah. So basically, yeah, meeting other people that can help you out with film work, it's just amazing. Really.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Just someone saying, hey, if you need any help, I can help.
And yeah.
We've actually gotten some of that for our show. Like, someone just offered to make us a logo or something.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of help.
I did see on your YouTube accounts that you had a artist, correct?
Yeah.
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 He is Mr. Diablo Lord of YouTube.
Mr. Diablo Lord of YouTube. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Yep.
Or Sir Copper Brony. He has 2 YouTube channels.
Yeah, I have 3. So basically, I can feel the pain there. Like I literally do run 3 YouTube channels. There's mine, the Shade Side Studios, and Blank Flank, of course. But like I said, one of the other experiences I like of making the film is just being out there, like knowing that you're accomplishing something you want to do. I mean, like, according to my teachers, once you make a film, it's just your first film on the internet, no matter where it is, you're automatically a filmmaker. And it's really good. Honestly, it is. But, yeah, pretty much, I like the whole aspect in general, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, you have your bumps and cracks and everything.
Yeah, there's a couple of bumps along the way, like, some stuff from... It depends on how devoted the crew is. Excuse me. I'm sorry, my computer screen froze.
That's fine.
It's okay. If I cancel out on you, I'll just call you back, just saying, like, you know.
Alright, that's fine.
Anyway, I still see... you can clearly still see me, and is my feed still working for you guys?
Yep. Yeah, it is.
Excellent.
If you leave, we'll never forgive you. Okay. So, do you make any animations, or are in the process of making any animations?
I have made animations, yes. If you look way back ago, I did kind of a Walt Disney thing. If you may know, when Walt Disney made his videos, it was a frame by frame by frame by frame photo that created emotion. Kind of like a radio camera, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Well, and I could be wrong. I'm still like thinking what I know. I'm looking at storyboards. You can see it's complicated to explain, really.
Yeah, my
Anyway, I made animations. I tried to start off this series called The Adventures of MIB Evan, which was I wouldn't say narcissistic version of my life, but like, it didn't really do so good, except for the first episode. That one had the only pretty much decent joke. But it was amateur animation, but it was still animation either way. I just had to take like individual pictures of Microsoft Paint and just make each frame of the guy like moving. Example. But yeah, I have made animations for like small animations for like short films I've made for the internet. Like there's this video I have made with my friend John Winters, aka Cylinder Top Hat, as he's known as the Shade Studios, called "How to Make a Venezuelan Taco," where it features a live-action and animated version of me and my quest for getting him the hottest hot sauce in the world. It's very complicated to explain. It's like, that's like, as well as I did a documentary on the Iraq War, which I did this crazy animation thing with my friend David, and he was really, the teachers were amused. They were like looking at this the taco one was also a school assignment. They're looking at this and they're like, holy crap, this thing is better than... My thing was like more professional than the other students. Not that they were bad or nothing. I'm just like saying, like... But there was an animated movie series I made. You ever seen that? Okay, I'm gonna be level. You're probably gonna know what I'm talking about. You've heard of the show Courage the Cowardly Dog, right?
Oh yes.
One of my best childhood shows.
There is one episode of the show that stop me if you know which one I'm talking about. There was one episode of the show that literally creeped the fuck out of everybody who watched it. And it was in season 1. It was called King Ramses' Curse.
Oh,
yep,
man.
I remember that one.
Who doesn't? Any reviewer will literally say this is the episode everybody remembers.
Return the slab.
Yeah.
Or suffer my curse.
That thing was creepy as hell.
If I saw that thing out I don't know what I'd do. Like,
And
what are you?
Throw the slab at his face.
But yeah, I made this in 2007 or no, it wasn't that. It was 2008. Like after I started making movies, I started making the animations for this movie. I called it Return of King Ramses' Curse, which was this. I may not be able to see what your facial expressions are right now, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty much gonna be it would be hilarious. But yeah, I came up with this idea with me and that started me voicing all my friends, and we experienced a similar experience. And the thing was, I feel like I kind of like brought back the subject, because before when I posted the video, there were like 5 videos on YouTube and no images of the ghost from the episode. And after it was posted, things started spawning up, and people were getting back into it basically. But the animation in it is like, oh my gosh. Yeah, pretty much that explained it in a way. It was a good start. I made it was originally going to be more parts, but I couldn't find. But I forgot how I would plan to finish it because like all the other people who were in there quit the production. No questions asked. Yeah. And so I had to like make up this like quick ending. And it was released like 2 years ago. The animation was much better in the last part, but the other parts are pretty meh. So animation, I did do one animated scene that was like, if you ever seen the video I made, a Cop Wars trailer?
I don't think so.
I have this video on there. It's called Cop Wars trailer, where I made this animation in school on this program called a Blender, which is the same computer program used to make Pixar movies and DreamWorks movies and stuff like that. I did like a small scene with an animated satellite, which was in 3D. It was amazing. That was pretty much one of my best at, you'd say. And if I were to do any animations today, I'd most likely use it in After Effects, really.
Which
because
costs like $500.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
expensive.
but people get it. But I have this school here, and it comes standard with the with everything, including this laptop that I'm actually broadcasting on.
Oh, nice.
Wasn't cheap, I'll say that.
I'm pretty sure After Effects is what Bernardi Dance Party uses.
Yeah, it's also been used by the guy who made the Annoying Orange series.
Oh, nice.
Which I actually have to point this out. Tobuscus stars in the Cartoon Network series.
Yeah, I know. Now, Tobuscus, I find him. I haven't seen much of his work lately, but I like that video he does with the iPod. Did he do the iPad Mini, or am I thinking of Bob Jens? I don't.
One thing I gotta point out: you should watch his Tobuscus animated adventures. They're the most random things you could think of.
Adventures.
Aren't all animated videos random and hilarious though?
But when you watch these, you'll understand. I mean, just okay. Like, here's one thing: his friend in real life, his friend is as skinny as you can think of, but in the animation, he's so huge. He has like an 8-pack.
Oh my god!
And this is one. And every time it starts, it has Toby. I'm bored. Every animation starts like that.
So basically, he's he's just doing kind of like a Nick Jr. thing where he's starting his adventure where he's completely bored until like basically something happens.
Yeah, and it'll have things that you can try and point out, like his imaginary coworker Steven or whatever.
Kind of, yeah. I'm not familiar with most of his work, but I think so, yeah.
Well, sometimes in his animated adventures, he'll call out like Steven, and this one for he has like this. He has like a epic 5 o'clock shadow, and he looks angry. It's just things you can see and point out. They're hilarious. In fact, watch Sunday, and one of his animated adventures will actually be.
I'll see if I can take a look.
One of them will be on there.
That and there's that other animated series that was actually created by a guy who went to the college I'm going to. Yeah, you pretty much know this. Charlie the Unicorn.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Did you see the recent one, the new one they just put out with the millipede?
Millipede?
I don't know.
They made a fourth one, yeah. In my opinion, it was good. It had the same style, but the ending was kind of a little bit. In a way, yeah.
I'm wondering, do you know the guy who made ASDF films?
Pardon?
You know the guy who made Charlie the Unicorn? Do you know the guy who made ASDF films?
No, I don't think I've heard of the guy. Actually, I've only seen ASDN like twice, I believe. I thought it was an okay series, but like it was. Some of the jokes were pretty much. Yeah.
I want to point out actually. It's one of my favorites. It's just a guy and a girl laying in the grass. It's just you and me out here. It's so romantic. And then it goes out into space and the moon. Hey, you two should kiss. It's hilarious.
That is just hysterical.
And there's another one. Just Desmond the Moon Bear, and it shows him. How did I get here?
Okay. So in other words, like, yeah, animation has been like is possible, but it's kind of like a seemingly so-so specialty. If I did anything animated right now, it would probably be like 3D-ish or something like that, really.
You should do like what Tobuscus does, a bunch of random stuff that happens in your life.
I've been considering that, actually. There's been like a lot of stuff here I can film. I mean, like, I just got the GoPro and everything, and I did have, and I can get pretty much I can get access to Disney pretty well. I mean, like, my stepmom works in the parks. It's, like, amazing.
I mean, it doesn't even have to be stuff that happened in your life. I mean, Toby, he made one where he goes to Dead Island.
Exactly. And I did have a random. Originally, my friends and I were going to do this show. It was called Complete and Total Randomness, and we only did one episode, and it was a failure. But basically, yeah, pretty much it was considered.
Actually, I want to point this out. Me and my friend.
You point at a lot of things.
I'm sorry. This is the last one. Me and my friend were thinking about doing this Jackass type thing for YouTube, and we were going to call it Today We're Gonna. Then each episode was going to be something that we did, like, I don't know, like with the shopping cart on the roof or something. We were just going to do a bunch of crazy, stupid stunts, but that never happened. I'm sure you can tell.
I love the title. I'll say that it's a really good title.
Yeah,
I mean, like, has it been used already, or has it been?
No, I don't think they've used that.
I don't think so.
It's really, well, I like the title idea. It really would make a good series. Except you'd probably be ending up dead within 3 episodes, most likely. But
probably doesn't.
I'm still thinking of something we could do for EquestriaTalk, just maybe not as life-threatening.
What do you think?
Yeah, if we're gonna be launching ourselves off of roofs, you can find someone else.
We could do random stuff, just not jackass stuff.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that if you did it with that friend, you'd probably be dead.
Oh yeah,
that friend was weird.
Yeah, I really do. I really do.
All right, on to the next question. I believe it's my turn.
First.
Oh wait, I've hogged the mic enough.
So, you hope to go into animating professionally?
Professional animation if I were to go into animation, it would probably most likely end up being more of a hobby. Really, I mean, like I started getting into like short filmmaking, but if I did do animations, it would probably be like hobby-wise. And but I have thought about looking into professional like 3D animation and other things. Really, I mean, like ever since I started getting my skills in After Effects, I've been like curious of how to get some more animation, especially after Snow on Mount Silver. I mean, the battle portion, all those battles are not scripted or anything. That was all made by me, handmade.
Nice.
I'll say that we tried to get a battle animation, but that's kind of one of the reasons why we couldn't release a playable game. Which was possible. That and the other fact that the whole game file was corrupted. But yeah, I ended up making the battle from start to finish, and basically that would be pretty much a good style of animation. Really, I mean, like animation editing would probably be one of the biggest things I get into. Really, so in other words, yeah, it would kind of be like more of a hobby rather than a full field to get into. But I do look into it from time to time. I really do.
I think if you did release a game file of that, I would download it and play it like 1 a.m. in the morning, lights off.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the one thing I want to comment to people. I really want you to release the game. You just watched an entire movie of what happens if you play the game. What? Why would you want to do this? Why?
And you'd probably come and complain to me. I'm scared. I can't go to sleep.
I wouldn't do that. I would just listen to music or something. Or I would talk to people if they're on.
Because I was down in the living room. Are you awake?
Yeah, the very first time you showed me that film, I couldn't get to sleep. Static was awake downstairs, so I went down there because I was afraid. And don't judge me.
It's okay. Like when I was first into creepypasta, I got a lot of things that freaked me out. Like you've heard of the Buried Alive thing, right?
Oh man, yeah.
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it yet.
Buried Alive, you know the cool concept with the sprite replacing the ghost at Lavender Town Tower, which, admittingly, as a kid, used to freak the fuck out of me, honestly.
The Lavender Town music never bothered me.
No, it never did. Never did. Whenever I heard it, the first image that popped up in my head mainly was a pocket watch. I don't know why, but, like, you know, it was, like... it was random there, but, like... The ghost was pretty much the only thing that, like, freaked the fuck out of me. Like, I went to this after-school program, and we used to play Game Boys. I had to find one guy to get me through the tower. I'm like, I'm not looking at that thing, honestly. And, you know, my Game Boy, I have the original Game Boy that came with Pokemon Yellow. You know, it had the Pokemon on it and everything. It was yellow.
Yeah.
The one that was in the movie.
Pikachu!
Exactly. There was this incident where I left this open thing of apple juice in my backpack, and it got all over the Game Boy, and it didn't break it. It so much as gave me this ability to change the contrast and color of the screen. When the Game Boy logo comes up, I just got to hit the arrow key, and it'll like invert the screen or something like that. It was stuck that way for a while, and I was in the Lavender Town Tower, and someone brought it up, and they're like, "What the crap?" When the ghost came up, because you know everything was inverted. The ghost was like freakier, but. And like black and white, it was like.
Where'd you get that?
Exactly. Well, then again, they knew where I got it from. Everybody did.
It's magical apple juice.
That I don't want.
I remember. You know the missing no code, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, missing number code.
I remember. I didn't know the ghost could be the missing no code, but I was on blue version doing it, and then the thing comes up. I'm like, holy crap! I shut off the game. The game instantly. I'm like, oh. Other than that, I just realized I didn't save after I just beat that gym at Cinnabar.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, the Buried Alive thing was a real freakish thing to me because the guy who made the playable game portion, despite the battle system being a little roughish, not looking like a good one, but he did good work there. The music he used for Static Mesh.wmv was the thing that creeped me out the most. I would be at night, like going through there, and next thing you know, I would be like at the sink, and then next thing you know, I'd be afraid this thing would come out of the ground and like grab my leg, it was like... And of course, there was that other thing, do I dare... which was pretty much obvious when it was intimidating, was the image of Jeff the Killer. Jeff the Killer... You guys have obviously seen the original image of Jeff the Killer.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, there's Jeff the Pony Killer now.
Really?
Yep, there's a Pony Jeff.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that thing. There's a video out there called Rainbow Dash Reads Jeff the Killer. And, it's just this book. You know the scene when she's in the hospital and she's trying to avoid reading the book?
Yep.
I don't know if you've seen this series. There's like one with her reading Cupcakes, another one with her reading My Little Dashie. It just shows her looking at this book, and it shows the image of Jeff the Killer's face over the Daring Do illustration at the front. And she's just trying to resist, and then she opens the book. A SpongeBob time card comes up that says 20 minutes later. The lights are off, and it shows the Jeff pony, and she's just crying awake in her sleep. It's like crazy. But yeah, pretty much that was me in a way. As soon as I saw the Jeff the Killer image, because of how terrifying it was, really.
There was one I remember. I can't for the life of me remember the name of the Pokemon. It's like a really small legendary Pokemon with like really big ears.
What gen was it from? Like the second or the first?
It's a really recent one.
So, from White or Pearl, Diamond?
I don't know.
Yeah, I never saw I only have like the original White version. I got that. I mainly just play the games, but like I beat it. Just don't get me wrong.
I mean, I just at first I thought it was Giratina, but then Richie Static pointed out to me that no, Giratina is a gigantic Pokemon.
Yeah,
Nor does he even have ears.
Dragon Pokemon.
Nor does he have ears. So like, yeah.
But I can't remember what it was. But it's a creepypasta. It was the very first one I ever read. They go to this originally. You get some kind of card, and it's a lighthouse card, and you get to go to get the Pokemon. Instead, you get a black one with like a bloody lighthouse. You go to that one, and it's like some kind of dead Pokemon. It wants to be your friend, and you can actually use it, and it rips itself open and swallows up Pokemon. And when you try to turn the game off, it's just there. When you turn it on, it's just, you can never leave me, or something like that. And sorry everyone, hang on. Okay, okay, there we go. Sorry about that, everyone. We had some internet problems, but we are back, and I won't continue what I was explaining because it's going to take too long, and I suck at details.
We'll never forgive you. You left us.
I had nothing to do with it. Or did she? I am just like...
Anyway, what were you saying?
Like you're saying when he shut the game off, the image of the Pokemon would still be there?
Well, no, when you turned the game on, it would go into the game, but it wouldn't do the intro. It would just say, "Why did you leave me?" You can...
No, I think I could see that. I was kind of like about to think it was like this other thing this guy made. This guy made an award-winning film called that actually inspired Snow Mount Silver. It was just simply called Creepypasta, and it took like several pastas, including the Cursed Black story where you get the ghost that kills people, and if you haven't heard this one, Ben from Legend of Zelda. You ever heard of the Jay Deuceable incident?
There's actually a Zelda creepypasta?
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
You've never heard of the Ben videos?
No, I don't
I'll
think
send you links when this interview is over.
I'm probably not going to watch it.
This guy apparently got all these... it's about the story. This guy gets an N64 game at a garage sale and by this old guy, and as he's playing it, it's like this possessed game, and he took like screen videos of of the gameplay. It's like amazing. It like sparked it debuted 3 years ago. My bad. It was in 2010, so yeah.
So
he did the screen cap, and it started a new revolution of creepypasta. It was just amazing. But yeah, this guy made this video combining that story, Cursed Black, and a bunch of other stuff to make this award-winning 10-minute film that actually won first best film at this film festival. It was amazing.
I want to watch it, but at the same time I don't.
So, why does every creepypasta start with someone getting a game from an old guy. Why don't people stop buying games from old guys if that keeps happening?
Well, it wasn't an... Well, most creepypastas... I'm actually in this huge feud with creepypasta right now. I don't know if you saw, they started banning Pokepastas and other video game stuff from the website. Because I guess you could say kind of the openings are cliche, but, like, you know. But, you have to find the game somehow. I mean, like, you've heard of the Strangled Red story, right?
Oh yeah, I was sad. I was like,
Strangled Red is one I desperately wanted to do, but my friend already called dibs, and I had to give him the rights. It was like, I'm giving him 2 years before I take it back. But I'm trying to teach him how to work in film, do some in-depth filmmaking, kind of like Snow Mount Silver. But
that's
literally,
generous.
Strangled Red has to be the brutalest one I've read so far.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the whole concept is just freakishly amazing, and the fact that it kind of outs Lavender Town and throws in the missing no code gives it some purpose.
I mean, I regret that I read it.
I mean, the first thing that got me into creepypasta was it was last December. My friend showed me the Lost Silver video, and I'm thinking to myself, what the hell did you just show me? They're like saying, I don't know, we just saw it in school, and then I'm like, look up, and then I learned about what creepypasta was. And of course, as soon as I typed in the image thing, the first thing that came up was the image of Jeff the Killer, and pretty much it all went downhill from there.
I believe the second creepypasta thing I ever saw was Smile Dog.
Yes, Smile Dog. The not the original image, but the one with him with the red face and the giant smile that's like looks like a friggin' painting.
No, it was the original.
The original one was just
the dog looked like he had an evil smile.
Yeah, did you see the one with the red Smile Dog, or did you see the have you ever seen the original image?
I think I've the original image that just is a dog smiling, right?
Yeah, hold on. I think I got it on my iPod right here.
I mean, I know which one you're talking about. He has like an even bigger smile.
Yeah, it's like the red. It's like in a red atmosphere. It's like crazy.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. I think you've seen it too.
I don't think I have.
I got like several pictures of Jeff the Killer on this thing. Oh wait, there's a cast photo and a bunch of the sprites. I don't have Smile Dog on here.
You really like Jeff the Killer, don't you?
Well, you know, I was the one on the internet that, if you saw this video, I found a secret in that image, actually. I was playing around with it. I was trying to see if I could make it more clear in iPhoto, because you can edit that stuff there. And, where the hell is it? I must not have it after all. I was playing around on iPhoto with the image, and supposedly, like, right at the top left, there is a signature hidden there. There's a signature hidden in the image. And I posted it on the internet, and it became, like, really recognized it.
So
I'm, like, posting on there. I don't know if you guys noticed this. I'm not trying to be a troll or nothing, but, you know. I mean, make it up into things like, did Jeff sign his own image? And, of course, I was waiting for one guy with the name Jeff the Killer as a screen name to just go back there. And it happened a couple of weeks ago, actually, saying, yes, I do sign my own work. One thing regarding Jeff the Killer, people have been wanting me to do a film for Jeff the Killer, and the idea of it has gotten into my mind. If I did do it, I would want to make Jeff like, I would want to make all the Jeff the Killer fangirls like, just think for a second, honestly, because you know that was kind of one of the things that killed it off, other than the spin-offs and everything. But if I did do it, it would be interesting. I really want to. I'm surprised nobody. You ever seen the story Jeff is Back?
no, I'm actually completely lost right now. So you can just keep going.
I apologize.
No, I mean fangirls and Signet. Never mind.
Well, the whole thing with the Jeff the Killer thing, there are these fangirls that like him. It's just like.
What do they think he's hot or something?
In a way, pretty much that would be it. It all started on DeviantArt, really, but
I'm not even gonna.
Please tell me there's not like.
No. No, not those images. Not those images.
I'm not even gonna touch that one. No.
But yeah,
Anywhere near
there have
that.
been a lot of sequels. Really.
I just gotta say, why fangirls? I mean,
Indeed. They're the ones that made Jeff the Killer less intimidating today. Really, it's just you have to use the image to like scare people. Like half the comments in the video that I made, the Easter egg, was aimed at the opening titles. You know when I show the Jeff the Killer image in the movie?
Yeah.
How it just comes out of nowhere. Nobody expects it.
I mean, now whenever I see it, I'm just gonna think, fangirls think he's sexy. So I'm just gonna. I'm not gonna think. I'm not gonna think it's scary.
Know what the hobbies the fangirls that like Jeff the Killer have, honestly. I mean, that was something that was overrated on creepypasta, really. So, yeah, pretty much that was one of the biggest things that kind of killed him.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go to a different question before
we
get any more awkward.
Yeah, well, no, I'm getting confused, and when I get confused, I get tired for some reason.
Wake up! Wake up!
Are you happy with all the films that you've made?
Well, yeah, I am. I really am. I mean, like, other than this one I made for an ex-girlfriend that I had a while ago, I don't want to get into details with that, but personally, I feel like it's really important that you should love the work you've done, regardless of how popular it is. So yeah, I'm pretty much proud of all the work I've done. Really, I'm giving something people to take a look at, enjoy, giving a part of the mind out, a little release. I love it all. I really do, and I really want to make a good hobby of it, which is why I joined the film school, and it's just been amazing, really.
Speaking of that, wanting to love your own stuff, there was a rant. That's what Mr. Diablo Lord does, actually, rants. He was ranting about a gamer who is really big on YouTube. Not PewDiePie, but PewDiePie fan, by the way. He apparently is pretty big. He has like a couple 100,000 subscribers. He's saying that's not enough, and he wants more. So basically, doesn't appreciate his fans.
That or he's probably gone nuts, honestly. I appreciate all my fans. I'm not that guy.
I appreciate all my...
Oh, yeah, we appreciate all of our fans, our followers. Everything.
Oh, yeah, I mean, the fact that we have almost 300 subscribers just blows my mind.
But, like we've said, too, we're not in this for the fame or anything. We're doing this to have fun and meet new people.
Exactly.
I mean, fame is just kind of icing on the cake.
Well, not
really icing on the cake. No. Not icing on the cake, just okay.
Well,
just,
famous is a nasty word, too. That's a nasty
famous. I guess getting our name out there, I don't know.
Pretty much. I mean, like, I always used to think of going to Hollywood. I would still do it if I ever got the chance to go to Hollywood and get a career in there. Or New York, no. But I've been mainly focusing my strengths on becoming an internet filmmaker, really.
Oh yeah, so. Who wouldn't go to Hollywood when they had the chance?
And the fact that we're going to the places that we are soon, just kind of, we won't say where yet because we don't know if we're allowed to or not.
We'll just quit talking about it then.
I don't know why we do that sometimes.
I know. I am the same way. But yeah, I have been to Hollywood at one point. It was really great, beautiful.
Oh, cool.
Like I went there for a Comic-Con, which was you've heard of the convention, right?
Who hasn't?
Yep, Comic-Con.
I don't know.
Who hasn't? That's all over G4 every year.
I don't know, newborns. And of course, Florida has its own Comic-Con called MegaCon, which is coming out actually next month, which I'm trying to go to, just to hang out there. And anyway, I went to Comic-Con in California. It was amazing. It was huge, unbelievable, unlike anything you would imagine.
Well, Comic-Con is one of the biggest conventions out there.
Well, it's on G4, so I would just say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me and a friend want to try and go to BlizzardCon sometime.
That's the one the one in Vegas, isn't it?
What?
WizardCon. Where was that again?
Or no.
It's in Vegas or New York?
BlizzardCon, like a. Come here, you say.
BlizzardCon.
BlizzardCon.
BlizzardCon, yeah.
You said WizardCon, and I was like,
No.
and I'm like
Yeah.
And there is a thing called WizardCon. I was just like, BlizzardCon is the music festival, right?
No, BlizzardCon is for like World of Warcraft and StarCraft. Yes.
Oh, that Blizzard.
Yep, I used to play World of Warcraft. Yep.
He still does when he can.
Every once in a while. Only reason I play is to usually hang out with friends, pretty much.
I've heard the game. I would get into it if it wasn't so freaking expensive. But
yeah, that's my problem right there. I don't make enough money.
Yeah, I mean, like I like how they put the ads out there that say World of Warcraft, play for free up to level 20.
Yeah, up to level 20. And pretty much that's when you can go to the dungeons and everything is level 20.
I mean, I can get Team Fortress 2 for free now. I bought my copy before it was free, and I got addicted to that like instantly. And next thing you know, I'm on Gary's mod. Valve is a huge. I enjoy the Valve series.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you knew this. The head of Valve was a brony.
Oh yeah, I saw that interview. I really did. Gabe Newell, correct?
Yeah.
See,
there was there was this documentary class I took, actually, now you mention it, that did a whole documentary called Phantom is Magic on the brony culture. And they at the end they included like all the interviews of all the celebrities that are bronies, including like I don't know if you knew this, Stephen Colbert is actually a part of the herd.
Stephen Colbert, that name is so familiar.
He's the guy that comes on before Jon Stewart on The Daily Show.
I don't watch The Daily Show.
Comedy Central.
Yeah.
He's on Comedy Central. He's the guy with the glasses.
Yeah, I know him. Okay.
He does this whole shout out. He does to all his bronies. You say, that's what his quote was. I'd like to give a shout out to all my brony friends out there who are watching the show.
Oh, cool.
There's like one clip on it on the internet. I don't remember. I don't know if it's out there, but yeah. And of course, I heard rumors Seth Green was into the series as well. I heard about that.
Seth Green.
Oh, Seth Green. Yeah, there's a picture of him actually, like wrapping his arm around a big Twilight Sparkle or a big Pinkie Pie.
Big Pinkie Pie. Yeah.
And he's admitted that he is a brony.
Who wouldn't? Honestly.
Yeah. I mean, it is scary sometimes to admit that you are a brony, just the way how much hate you hear about it, and
Oh yeah.
that's. I don't
know. Like the thing about getting into the show. I mean, like you look at all these icons that are out there that have gotten us into something, such as Disney with Mickey Mouse, South Park with Eric Cartman, and now you got the Ponies that is voiced by Tara Strong. That have been like half the stuff we know today, like Timmy Turner or anything like that.
Yeah.
And of course, I think that was like one of the biggest aspects is just getting all these characters that you could relate to.
Oh yeah.
So, except for Rarity, she was kind of creepy, but basically, yeah, that's one of the biggest things here. I mean, like how I got into the show was actually kind of weird. It was like this whole thing.
Explain it.
Yeah. Go and explain it.
It was 1 year ago, actually. I was playing Team Fortress, and I noticed people spreading around these images of each of the characters. I'm like, what the hell is that thing? Honestly. And I didn't get it until like people were on Gary's. Then I went to Gary's mod, and there's this. You've heard of the game, right? Gary's mod.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
Yep.
Yeah. I really got to go back on that, see how things are. They have this tool in there that someone can download that you can watch YouTube videos while on the site. And people were telling me, put on the ponies. I'm like, okay. I wasn't the one with the tool. I wasn't watching it. I didn't even see what they were watching because it was like blank. I didn't have the technology or whatever. And so I was thinking to myself, I finally realized they were ponies after some while. I'm like, and the first thing I'm coming to my mind is either someone made an online series or they actually made, you've seen The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, right?
Oh, I love that show.
There was a parody of My Little Pony on one episode that also parodied the Smurfs, and it was called My Troubled Pony, and it was this disturbing version of the original series G1 through 3 if it was like a soap opera. I'm like thinking to myself, who the heck did they make a series based on that? You've got to be kidding me. It's just disturbing. I don't want to see this. But then I just kind of got out of it, and I was in college, and it was my first 3 months. I was like a mess, man. I was depressed. I was like, I moved away from Philadelphia to come here, live with my father, and it's hard moving in the new location and everything.
Oh yeah,
it is.
I'm like thinking to myself, I had friends. Don't get me wrong. I made some new friends, but it was still stuff to get used to.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I'm in my room, and I'm seeing my friend who went to McDonald's and got, I shit you not, this pony right here, Applejack.
Oh, nice.
Or in this case, I like to call it, I refer to this thing as the McDonald's Applejack since the cutie mark is completely irrelevant.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And she didn't even come with a hat either. He was a friend of mine. I'm not gonna give names, but I'm like, so you're part of that brony culture, huh? And he's like, yeah, it's a pretty interesting concept. And so I'm at school and I'm looking through pages, and then the video comes up. Teens react to My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. I'm like, okay, is that the series or something? Now, when I saw it at first, I thought it was a movie. At first, I thought the whole thing was a movie. I'm like, okay, I'll take a look at this. I look it up during class. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't care. And I'm thinking to myself, oh shit, this is a series, man. What the? They're really continuing this thing. And I didn't know who Lauren Faust was at the time, nor did I know who Tara Strong was, but I knew the character she played, obviously.
Yeah.
And then the night came when I watched the first episode. I was like on the internet browsing videos, and I came up with this one video called Fluttergasm, which was basically the line of her responding to when Rainbow Dash said she wants a pet. Pretty much her whole dialogue after that. Until it moves on to the Find a Pet song. And I'm like, okay, you know what, I need to see this. I need to see what this whole thing is about. I type in My Little Pony pet episode, which is Find a Pet, obviously, where she gets the tortoise.
Yeah. Tank
was awesome. Anyway.
Which finally was in the series again.
Yeah, it was actually... And is actually going to be the next episode, now that you think about it, since you heard about the next episode being the crossover, right? Like, the next episode's supposed to be taking place seamlessly with what happened in the other episode.
Yeah. It's supposed to be some kind of, like, game thing.
I called it. And, but, like, if you saw the one picture of Cadence's hairstyle being...
Completely messed
up.
Like,
there's, like, one image from the new episode of Cadence's hairstyle being, like, completely destroyed.
Yeah.
And, anyway, I'm over there and I'm watching the Find a Pet thing, and I'm watching all the characters come in at once. And I remember the first comment I put on. Wow, I'm already 3 minutes in this. This is my first episode, and I'm already 3 minutes into this thing, and I know the personality of every character now. Because literally, it comes in, first it shows Twilight, then Applejack, then Rarity, then Pinkie Pie. That was Fluttershy. Basically, they all come in, which was pretty good, since it's your first time watching it. You know all the characters now. And I'm through the whole episode. I'm like, okay, that was pretty interesting. And I just got into watching a couple more. I started from episode 1, which is something I'm not recommending to any brony out there, which is if you want to watch any episode first to look into the culture, don't watch episode 1. Just watch another one. The episode 1 thing is just wait until you get it break-in. You know what I mean? Like, that's how usually people don't get into the fandom, is that they watch it most of the time.
My first episode was actually Candlelight Wedding.
That was your first one? Oh, you watched... Interesting. You watched the one that was actually awesome.
My first episode was...
Until they made that episode totally
Wrap-Up.
for all the brony culture, honestly.
Yeah. My first episode was Winter Wrap-Up.
Winter Wrap-Up was pretty good. I like the song from it, and But anyway, yeah, I didn't admit myself to being a brony until I just watched the episodes. It doesn't make me a brony. I'm not into the full fandom thing. It wasn't until I listened to My Little Dashie that I just broke out and just admitted it. I'm into the whole thing. So.
Well, because when you're reading My Little Dashie, after you're done, you can't help but just start bawling.
You are not an official brony unless you cry to Dashie. That's my slogan right there. I'm thinking about getting a T-shirt for like MegaCon that says "You are not a brony unless you cried" to Dashi. It's still in the works, but But yeah, that's pretty much how it started. I mean, like, I heard from you guys. It was one of you that recommended the other guy to watch it. Like, who got into the fandom first? Was it you or was it Static?
It was me.
I knew it. But and that's what you said last time. You got him into it after watching the episode.
Yeah, he spammed me with clips.
Because he was watching grimdark things, so I'm sitting there showing him, watch, yeah.
Yeah, I was overly obsessed with cupcakes.
Yeah, Cupcakes was one of the first ones I saw in Creepypasta. I don't know what's so terrifying about it, but the obvious thing of Pinkie Pie going out of control, which was this whole thing was obviously started on the party of one episode.
Actually, Cupcakes was made before that episode was even made.
What?
Yep.
So, could the party of one episode been made kind of...
Party of one, I feel like they contribute to it a lot, bringing out that psychopathic look for Pinkie Pie, honestly. But, I mean...
one thing I gotta point out to you, have you heard the fan dubbing of Cupcakes by Venom?
No, I have not, actually.
Just when we're done here, look up Cupcakes fan dub, and I don't much like the Cupcakes fanfiction anymore, but I always have to give respect to her because she did so well on the sound effects and everything. She put so much effort into it.
There was a guy out there called Unknown, this was his YouTube name, who actually replicated an entire episode based on that thing. It was amateur, but it was really good. Like, she literally got voices and literally turned it into what looked like an actual episode. It was amazing. She also did the same for My Little Dashi, but I wasn't gonna watch that one because it looked kind of uninteresting. But
yeah, when we're done here, look up Venom Cupcake fan dubbing.
Oh, I will. I definitely will. I
mean, if it's so realistic, it actually sounds like you're listening to it from a different room.
I mean, was the animation that started that the music video for "You Better Get Ready to Die," or was it just that one animation of her just tearing her apart? I couldn't tell.
I think it was the one animation first, and then it was Ready to Die.
I'm not sure. I didn't go too deep into the grimdark. I'm not too into it.
What stopped me from going any more into the grimdark was Sweet Apple Massacre. That stopped me from going any farther.
Why do you always mention that?
Sweet Apple Massacre. I don't even have any comments for that one. That was just like, what the fuck did I just listen to?
I have to mention that because I always have to mention that that's what stopped me from going into any deeper into the grimdark.
Terrible.
Like it, yeah. Yeah, I recently got into this, found out about this game. I don't even know why I'm bringing this up. There was this game, I don't know if you've heard of it, it's called Banned from Equestria Daily, and
Please don't.
Yeah, I apologize, I'm not even going to bring that up. I'm not...
actually record that and put it on YouTube.
Wait, what?
What?
I'm changing the subject. Luna Games, have you played it?
Luna Games, is that creepypasta?
It's not so much a creepy... I don't know if it is a creepypasta, it's got like jump scares in it.
It has creepypasta in it.
Yeah, it does have images. It's more like jump scares thing. And the best part is, it looks like a really good game. If they didn't have any of the jump scares, it looks like a perfectly good game.
If you've seen my gameplay videos on my channel, you'll know that I really like jump scare games.
You ever played Sonic.exe?
You showed me that.
Damn it!
That didn't scare me at all, even.
I posted a video of my friend who didn't know what to expect. It was on my YouTube channel recently of him playing the game, and you don't see the footage, which I wanted to do purposely, and for the fact I didn't want to record it. But it turned out he was like terrified. He was like, I don't want to play this anymore. I'm like, just play it.
Well, I mean, they have a good thing going. They build it up, but then at the end, it's just a face. There's no jump scare. It's just a face.
It's the thing. It's the fact that you think something is going to happen, but you don't expect the face that's supposed to scare you. I mean, that's how it became one of the 7 digital sins. But still,
7 digital sins.
yeah, it's this. The 7 digital sins are like 7 games that is one of them. Are 7 creepypasta games that were that are like highly based on the actual stories they're from. It's like amazing.
7 digital sins. Really?
Yeah, I think the name was. Yeah, I think they got the name from one of those Flogging Molly songs. I don't know. I'm seeing them this Monday. Actually, looking forward to that.
I was surprised that they actually sound exactly the same live. I like that. I like bands who do that. Hey, you guys do? Yeah, we still got a couple. Okay.
Are there any future projects you'd like to talk about?
Well, so far, as you know, I'm working on the Farmer and the Rocker series, and I got a lot of plans for that. The last chapter I posted for that one was the chapter where basically it all comes, where they basically admit. I don't want to give spoilers. You just got to read it. If you've been catching up on it, it's getting interesting. I've reached the halfway point of the story. It's still going to go on, but I've been working on that. I've had ideas of working on short films lately. I've had old ideas come back to me, and actually right now I was telling your brother, before the interview started, I was finishing up lining a script for an interview I'm doing tomorrow for a production I'm trying to get on. It's called, by this guy who wrote this script. It's called Gifts. It's like a Christmas story. It's something that he made up, and so I'm trying to be a script supervisor on that. But as for projects on the internet, well, I did mention the Strangled Red thing. I'm like so tempted to yeah. But other than that, I do have rights to Sonic.exe and to the game and the story. So there's that there. It's debatable though. I don't know if I'm too into it to do it though.
One thing I actually got to mention. I think the reason it didn't scare me all that much, the Sonic thing, is because I'm not a big Sonic fan.
Oh, really?
That's probably the reason it didn't scare me as much.
Well, I didn't. It could kind of be one of them.
I think I'm going to get a lot of hate for that now.
I like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Mario's a Sonic. He votes Mario.
He grew up with Sonic.
Yeah, I grew up with Sonic.
I grew up with
Mario, Legend of Zelda.
I mean, Mario.
Centipede.
Mario was the very
Tetris.
first game I ever played.
Yeah, I was into Pokemon. I think mine was Pokemon.
Oh yeah, Pokemon was a big part of my life too. Come on, back then, Pokemon cards were currency to kids.
Exactly.
As said by
mine, really. I've been getting back into that since Snow and Mount Silver.
As said by Saber Spark.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Reminds me, I was actually playing my Silver cartridge, the one that was used in the film, and whenever I tried to hit continue to see where I left off, I shit you not, this image pops up that says this game is not corrupted to continue. This is the Silver. I'm not lying. Literally, I could get the cartridge right now and show you. It's
it's kind of creepy.
Honestly, it is. But yeah, there's that. But as for other projects, I have been reciting an old series I was thinking about that I canceled out on. It was supposed to be an animated series. It was called Tributes to the Doomed, but the idea started coming back to me if I got more, if I had more help with filming and production, because it's a whole series that I came up with. It was crazy. But
two things oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, two things I got to point out that nobody would be able to write creepypastas about: Doom and Silent Hill.
Pretty much, you're not allowed to do that anymore on the wiki site. But
no, I'm just saying. I don't think a creepypasta would work because they're already gory and horror enough. I don't think anyone would be able to write a creepypasta about them.
Exactly. I mean, that whole thing. The one thing I am never going to make since, because it's been so overused, is a Slender Man movie. I'm not gonna. if I was hired to do a Slender Man movie and it was a choice between do the movie or death, I would tell him I would rather swallow a thing of firecrackers with the fuse out there, light it up, and just make myself explode. But yeah, because it's been so overused, with the whole game thing out, which admittingly creeped me out.
It's a creepy game.
It is. It's the fact because it changes all the time. You don't know what's going to happen.
It'd be better. You could find a creepypasta that's so underground and make a video of it. Like, exactly. It's really creepy, but it's so underground.
Well, like I said, if I were to do another game pasta, I would definitely if I did do Sonic EXE, for example, I would redo everything. I mean, like, I was talking to the guy who made the game, who gave me the permission to use it. I asked him, "Do you have any betas or anything that nobody has seen?" Because I would want to do it to creep everybody out, so they wouldn't know what's going to happen. And I have the plushie, so basically that would kind of add it up. I mean, like, when I heard Strangled Red for the first time, I was like, I had this idea of, like, doing it from both point of views. I wasn't going to make a game. I was going to do it from the point of view of the guy playing the game and the player in the game, the character's world.
Wow.
Like, literally, like, whenever they have a battle, the whole world would flash and, like, the sprites... I would do them 3D if I had the technology, but the sprites would appear, and there would be, like, the hit point count there. And, it's an interesting concept I came up with, but, can't do it now.
I was going to suggest one creepypasta to you, but I don't know. It'd probably be too brutal.
What you got in mind?
The Pokemon Snap. I don't know if you've read that one.
Is it the one where you show the images to Professor Oak and he says of the dead Pokemon and all his response is it's completely natural or something like that? Or something like
that? And then at the end those horrible pictures of dead people or something come up.
Well, yeah, I read that one. One of the ones that really interests me, when I made Snow Mount Silver, I like choosing the ones that barely anybody has recognized.
The Pokemon Snap one, I don't even think anyone's read that. Really?
There's one that nobody has ever touched, and it's really got my interest. It's called a Stadium.N64, which is
Pokemon
a game
Stadium.
based on the Pokemon Stadium gameplay.
Game we used to play a long time. A lot.
Pokemon Stadium was a good game. And the concept for that is, I thought it was creepy. I mean, like, a person plays the game, and you know what? You have to just read the story. I'm not the type to give away too much spoilers.
Yeah, I might read it when I feel brave.
I mean, I'm working on another project right now for a game called Project Dead Mushroom, which is with the guy who helps with Snow Mount Silver. It's basically a Super Mario 64 creepypasta game.
No, I don't want Mario ruined for me.
Surprisingly, I kept suggesting to him, we should do the one from the creepypasta. We should do that one. If we did that, it would be perfect. I could make the movie. You guys could help me out with the game. It would be great. But he's like, no, it's too difficult. I'm like thinking to myself, I just turned Snow on Mount Silver without a battle system. How can you think that would be difficult?
I might watch it. I don't know. I don't want Mario ruined for me, considering it's what got me into gaming.
It's a me, Mario. Hello.
I will never forgive you if you ruin Mario.
What, I already ruined Pokemon?
Pokemon was ruined a long time ago before I watched that film.
Yeah, the show went... Yeah, personally, in my opinion, the show went down the tubes after they tried replacing Brock.
I think it just went down... I think it went downhill when they just... After Season 1.
Yeah, when they tried to replace Brock.
I mean... Where'd the theme go? What's wrong with that theme?
I think the theme was pretty good.
I mean, the theme was perfect. I loved the theme. And then they had to replace it with all this Japanese music. I won't go into that. I just don't like Japanese music.
They don't sing the theme in Japanese.
The train that is my cause.
Yeah, Static's going on singing that song now.
I hear that a lot in college, honestly. Whenever you go to college, you're going to be playing a lot of old games. I mean, like, I don't know what... Like, are you guys still... Are you guys, like, graduated, or are you still in school, or...
I went to medical school for a little while, and I got my certificates in
really good.
You know, I was this technician, but I'm going back to school for something else too.
It's really good. It really is.
I have a weird plan for my life. I planned on staying in my parents' house for a while and just collecting games. When my brother moves out, turning his room into like a GameStop kind of, not to sell, just to collect games. Like shelves everywhere, packed with games. Stupid phone.
There's our telephone. It's
Like,
it never
kind of
fails.
the same concept, really. I mean, like, I have my sister's room across from mine in the other room. I was thinking about if she didn't come back, I would empty out that room and turn it into a studio. So, yeah, I had that idea, but I'm kind of like the same thing here. I'm actually living with my family right now.
Yeah. Apparently the phone's for him.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just me and you. How you doing?
Yeah. It was the same. It was the same way as before in the beginning of the interview, where it was just with him waiting for you. But no offense, it's the same.
Oh.
So like, yeah, pretty much. I've been living here. I'm still in college. If I told you what the tuition for this college was, you would go like, what? Because it's like 72,200. I'm sorry, 72,000 to go to this thing, and
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
I'm just gonna stand for a bit because my legs are so sore.
72,000. Wow, I can't. For me,
6 months after I get out, 6 months after I graduate this June, is going to be living hell. And then to go, in case you don't know what we're talking about, I just told him my college cost $72,000. That was the weirdest question I ever get.
wow. It still blows
Best
my.
action ever. The guy does the hula as soon as I say that.
Don't mind me, I'm just standing because my legs are stiff.
No problem, man. Of course.
Yeah.
I was just telling him I had this similar idea. I have my sister's room across from mine. That if she ever didn't come down here much, I would probably turn that room into a complete movie studio. I'd put like a second door here that leads into her closet and make this into like my bedroom, the other one an office, a studio, all kinds of stuff. You know, kind of like what the Nostalgia Critic did.
Yeah.
Love that guy. Did you see his return to the internet yesterday?
Yeah, it was like all over Facebook and Twitter.
I mean, like the guy's a big shot fame guy type person.
Well,
With all the people he's met, I mean, like, what do you expect?
Don't hate me for this, but I don't watch him, so I don't know really what he does.
That's no problem. I mean, like some people do, some people don't. He's like one of the oldest YouTube celebs, really. So, you know, like him, hate him, all this old shtick. Pretty much. You know what?
Yeah, we got. I think we have only a couple more.
Of course.
I mean, one, because this interview has gone on a long time. It's actually, it's another long one. Our longest one so far has been Spencer Bevan.
yeah.
I didn't call him Bevon for once.
Yeah. Well, it's fine that you said his last name right.
Yeah, I kept calling him Spencer Bevon.
Me? Spencer Bebon? Are you calling me Spencer Bebon?
No, Spencer, the head of the Safe Kiki project.
Safety.
Oh, yeah, I remember that, actually.
Yeah, I kept calling him Spencer Bevon instead of Bevan.
Okay.
But anyway, if you were in Equestria, what would be the first thing you do first besides be greeted by Pinkie Pie?
Yeah, because we all know she has an internal radar that tells someone new.
So after being greeted by Pinkie Pie, what would be the first thing you'd do?
Out of pure curiosity, what kind of pony would I be? Like, would I be alicorn, unicorn, Pegasus?
Anything you'd want.
Whatever your OC is, whatever you've made.
What I would do if I was in Equestria. Well, personally, oh god, why would I? I've never even heard of. I've been watching the Thread simulators, and this question actually came up. I won't tell you what how people answered. But like, I'm thinking to myself, what would my response be? I'd explore the area, and then study them well, know what their weaknesses is until then comes the day I rule supreme over Canterlot, followed by a worldwide reign of basically horror and terror. So in other words, pretty much I would go in there and pretty much take over the entire world. But so pretty much to answer that question, I'd be a unicorn. I actually but no, in actual reality, you've seen of course you have. You guys, your avatars are made from that program.
Yeah.
The Pony Maker on Doll Divine.
Who doesn't start from that?
Yeah, everyone starts from that.
Exactly.
And I've just been kind of editing my OC over time.
But yeah, I actually made myself into a filmmaker pony. If I were actually there, I'd be interested in the filmmaking process there, because the one where Babs Seed makes her debut, well, that was the episode that made me the most happiest, because it made the movie theaters canon.
Hang on, I gotta pause the recording real quick.
No problem.
We'll be right back. Alright, sorry about the pause, everyone. I only have about 5 gigabytes of space for some reason. I guess I've been cluttering my memory.
With too much pictures.
Yeah, so, sorry we're wrapping this up early, but it lasted quite a bit.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Evan Bernardi, for being on our show.
Thank you very much.
And,
Also, I'd like to thank you guys for for helping us out with the Farm and the Rocker thing. We appreciate it, and thanks for doing the voices. We really appreciate your help.
Oh, of course.
We appreciate you letting us do voices.
Yeah.
Of course.
So, as always, I'm Indigo Wisp.
I'm Static Blitz.
And he is Evan Bernardi, filmmaker. And thank you for watching EquestriaTalk, and we'll see you on whatever it is that we'll make.
And remember the Save Kiki project, too. If you can't donate, that's okay. Give your love and support. To spread the word. Anything you can do, they're greatly appreciate it.
Support Farmer and the Rocker.
Yep.
Alright, see you, everyone. Bro Huff. I punched too many... Come on, Evan.
You know you want to? Yeah.
Oh, he did. That's the sad part.